Hi all, Brooke from Australia here. Have I got something awesome today? The DHL man has delivered. If you can't read that, that is the Crane 2 Servo Follow Focus Mechanical. This bad boy arrived about an hour ago. I have been excited to open it. The seal is still there. This is the first time I'm opening it. So let's get down to business. Let's get it open. Let's have a look and see what this looks like, because I'm excited to rig it up to this little bad boy here. Got my 35 1.4 on, and I am dying to see what this follow focus does. Anyway, let's get this box opened. Unlabel. Alright, so getting into the box. The usual good old packaging, a little Zhiyun Crane document wallet. Opening up this plastic bag, and here is that case that we've seen those reveal videos about, with our case in there with everything inside. Nice little case that Zhiyun dared to do. I do like that they come with some good packaging. Alright, inside we have our follow focus unit. Looks fantastic, guys. Little silica gel, pop that one away. Hey, this feels magnificent. I don't know if you can hear that. That is a full metal body. That is fantastic. Plastic cog by the looks of things. Great looking, secure. Looks fantastic. Identical to what we've seen in the little promo shots. That cog feels quite nice inside in the motor. Knowing the quality of the gimbal motors, I'm not too worried about the quality of the motor here. This feels fantastic little unit. This really does. Alright, so we've got ourselves the follow focus motor here. Stand him up if he wants to. Next we've got our arm. So this is the arm that I understand is going to extend onto our little bit here and give us the body for that to sit on, and then the gear cogs will go on there. So that looks fantastic. Excellent. Alright, pop that there. Then what have we got else in here? Anything else in the bottom here? No, let's have a look. We must have our cabling and everything in the top here. Oh, here we go. We've got our data cable to be able to connect the gimbal on with. So the gimbal, the follow focus unit on, so we can connect it to the unit. And then in here, what else have we got? We have got our gear cogs. These are the bits that I've been curious about. Oh, they feel good. Fantastic. And an Allen key. Look at that. Fantastic. Well, that's everything from the little packaging. What we've got here, these are rubbery, so they're a bit soft and supple, which means that they will be very flexible to smaller sizes. So lenses that are a bit smaller, we're not worrying about a hard plastic that can't go anymore. This looks great. Okay, how do we get this open? Let's have a look. Looks like they just slot in there in the teeth, and there you have it. So it stretches out. Hopefully you can see that on the shot there. Stretches out, so you can effectively get this as small as you need to, provided that you can contain it around a lens. That is fantastic. Excellent. Alright, and you also get a little Allen key here, which I'm going to assume is for tightening up the little machine here to get the follow focus on. It looks as though there is a thread in here, so I wonder whether Zhiyun Crane will eventually give us the ability to extend the bar. I think we're going to find that very shortly you'll be able to extend it. So if you saw in my previous video, I talked about the 70 to 200 being too long. One, too long to balance on the gimbal, but two, the focus ring was too far away from where I think this is going to sit. I don't think we're going to have the problem with that anymore, because what I think you'll find is you'll be able to buy an extension, because there is a thread on the inside of this, an extension to be able to screw it in to have a longer bar to position this bit here, because this is what sits on here. It locks into the machine for into the cog, this bit here, to be able to move the lens focus ring around. So that's fantastic. Happy with that. That just screws back in there. So it looks as though you take that bit off before you put that onto the arm here of the gimbal arm thread. So alright, let's see what we can do if we can plug it in now and have a play with this. So I'm just going to turn the gimbal off. And let's have a look. Alright, so let's see. So that's what that comes in handy for, is my assumption. So I'll unplug that. There's a little groove, so there's little flat line marks. There's an upper and a downer part here with two flat lines, and that's going to lock it in so it's not going to spin or rotate, which is clever, because that was one of my thoughts. Well, how is that going to actually maintain itself? So we can just hold a little fiddly. If you're not good with putting screws and stuff on, you might have find a little fiddly to get it in there. Let's just see if we can get it in there. Okay, that's taken. And that is now on. Tighten him up, make sure he's nice and tight. It's on pretty good there, I think. Have a look, is that sitting flush? Yeah, that is sitting nice and flush. Then this arm here just screws in, so you guys can see, sorry. Screws in on this side here, like that. And that is now my arm for the gimbal. Now, this was balanced beforehand, so let's have a look and see. It's now changed my balance. So we do have to maintain that you're going to have to balance it once it's on. I think the benefit though is if I loosen this here and open the clamp out, I reckon that once this is on, once I get it on, let's just open him up. It's the first time she's been open. Oh, and there's a height adjustment on that as well, which is excellent as well, because that'll be coming handy, I'm sure. Let's get this in here. There we go, he's in. Just tighten it up for the time being. What we can do is, what you can see, if I loosen this, I can adjust the height of that. So if I need to get in nice and close to the cog like that, I can do that. So I'll just tighten him there so he's not going to fall over. It looks like he might roll around a little bit if I don't tighten him up. So one thing you've got to be careful of here, this little rod, this little bit here looks like it gets loose quite easily. So just to need to tighten him up, make sure he's nice and tight on there before we start undoing this. And then I'll tighten that up. So that arm's just there. Alright, so now we've done that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get one of these cogs onto the lens. So I might do that quickly now. Okay, so that is now on there. That wasn't too difficult to get on. Holds pretty nice. Now I'm a bit lucky that I don't have hard stops on my lenses because they're Nikon, but that's not slipping at all, so that's going to hold there. So what I've done now, just for those watching at home, I've put that to all the way open so it's as short as focus as possible, and then what I'll do is I'll set that so that I can obviously move it to infinity and then stop, because it's not a very long travel for this focus. What I need to do now is put this arm back on, which I decided to take off because it was getting a bit tricky to put the gearing on. So we'll put this arm back on. That arm is now on. A little bit fiddly, I'll give it that, is a little bit fiddly. Alright, so I finally got the follow focus mechanical unit onto the gimbal and got it balanced with my 35mm 1.4 lens. I won't lie, that was a bit tricky. Why was it tricky? Let me run through a few things for you. So, the mechanical follow focus unit is going to change the balance of weight. So the distribution of weight on the gimbal is going to change, so you're going to need to rebalance it. What I was doing wrong was I was moving the balance, then I was moving the camera to balance it, which was putting it off. What you're easier to do is balance the gimbal with everything just set, making sure that where the gear cog on the little follow focus unit, this little bit in here, if you can see in there, make sure that is within the region of your focus ring on your lens. Get it to balance like that, and then that's fine, because what you can do is you can move this bit here that goes around the lens, you can move that back and forth, and that does not affect the balance anywhere near as much as the unit. So what I can do here is I can just make sure that it's in line, otherwise it's not going to operate very well. Just a little bit of a scooch there, make sure it's still in spot. Now what I've found is it's balanced. It's doing alright. It's doing as best as I think I'm going to get it at the moment, in a little bit of a rush balance so that I can get this video out for you guys so you can have a look.